Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's how dumb it is. So I'm going straight left, and then up left, and then slope jump down right, and then just down, and then slightly down left, and then down right, then down, and then right. Like all those minor adjustments just to make it land like that so I can grab the flicky. You can't do that in an RTA setting with that kind of like precision.
Not right now, at least.
No, with that level of precision, you can't. Like, there may be setups where you don't have to have that level of precision and you can make it work, but that level of precision, it just won't work.
Oh, true.
Also,
yeah.
Dude came in and said he saved how many frames? 8 frames off of this split?
Yeah.
Or was it 7? 7 frames? Or 8 frames? Where's that post at? Because I'm willing to bet I can do better. He's telling me he's only saved 7 frames, even though there was a new strat that found out you can like just not collect this flicky right now.
He said in section 1 only.
Oh, in section 1.
Yeah.
He says stage 1. He just said stage 1. I assume he means all of Green Grove 1.
Well, maybe that trick saves 7 frames.
That trick will save more than 7 frames.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, so this one you've studied like the ass out of. Do you want anything in Green Grove 1 for review?
No, I think I get it. I just hate yellow shield stomps because they're dumb. But other than that, I think I get
it. They are dumb. They really are dumb. That's why Spring Stadium 3 is so, or Spring Stadium 1 is so hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just, I was so happy. All right, let me actually give you a little bit of a background on that one. So the first TAS was actually the 100% TAS. I don't know if you knew that or not. And the shield stomp spin dashes were one of the things I found very early on when like doing the very initial run. I wasn't trying to perfect any of the splits. I was just trying to get each of the split done so I can go back and review it. And I found the gold shield stomp spin dashes like very early on in that process, and I was so happy. But Amber did not. We were looking to hopefully not include Spring Stadium in the Emerald route because Amber hated that stage so much. So when Zergriff joined and he's like, oh no, you absolutely cannot ignore Spring Stadium. They've got such good emeralds. We're like, damn, there goes the gold shield. I'm so sad. So when I came back and did the 80% test, I'm like, yes, I can do the actual Spring Stadium 1 strats now. 44? Wait, is that really a 44?
I thought you got a 43 here.
So did I. That's why I'm kind of baffled right now. That's kind of weird. Because I know it said 43. I know I recorded a 43 here.
You had to, because I remember popping off when I got the 43 in DX. So like, hey, I matched OG TAS.
Oh, but that's cheating. DX has a better top speed.
And a better game.
It has too much menuing for my taste.
We removed it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you don't have to do the menuing anymore. If you 100% complete the game, there's a mode called score run mode, which functions exactly like this.
I don't want to have to beat the game, though.
You just input the level select code.
TASs are measured from boot to final input.
Nah, that's fair.
Okay, I don't know why it's saying 44. I know I had 43. Unless this is an older version of the TAS.
Oh no.
I really hope it's not, because if it is, I probably overwrote. Shit. I might have just crashed the software. I'm gonna be so upset if I lost like the original, like the final copy from earlier. $26.88 IGT, is that 44? The fuck happened? I know I had a 43. I'm kind of mad. Like, I'm a little bit absolutely livid. Bonus points if you get the reference. I do not know why, though. That's bothering me. It's going to bother me a lot. Why did I go to Greengrave? Hello? Why is this name changed? Why is it? This one is Greengrove 2. This one is Greengrove 3. What the fuck is going on? Best presentation ever. I'm so good at this.
Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what up?
What's up, Rhodes?
Rhodes, yo. Good to see you, my dude.
You too.
You doing all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Just hanging out. I saw Goodnight Ping, so I figured I'd drop in for a minute. See what you guys are doing.
Going over the TAS in detail.
Ooh, okay.
If you're interested in that.
Oh yeah, I'll watch this. Throw that out. Goodnight just wants all them inside scoops.
Pretty much.
I actually today I tried to do this section in reverse, and I got so close to actually making the same time as I did doing it this way. Yes.
Okay.
What do you mean by in reverse? Like,
so, not collecting this flicky, just killing the enemy and not collecting the flicky.
Yeah.
Then killing this enemy and not collecting the flicky, and then circling around to this enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And then this enemy, and then circling back to this enemy and collecting all the flickies.
Okay, yeah, because I noticed that because I tried to do something where I was missing that second flicky, but then it always goes to that side of the map.
Yeah,
like you can never keep it on
get
the
it to
wall.
line up though. Not with the speed of a TAS, at least. Like if in an RTA setting, it might work, but at the same time, I'm still sure it'll still be faster just to do it in the order that we're already doing.
Yeah.
Wait, so so the blue flickies won't be in a good spot if you did 3, 4, and 5 normally?
No.
Ah, damn.
Because they'll attempt to follow you for a while, and by the time, like if you go around to the goal ring, the flickies will be like in this path over here, between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
They won't be up here near their goal ring, and it's just a pain in the ass. Even flicky 2, which is like way the fuck up in that corner. It won't be near the goal ring at all. It's just a disaster.
Yeah, no, that's I was hoping because I played with that around the other day and was like, let's see where it goes, and it's not even close. I was like, that's ridiculous.
Trying to think if there's any like noteworthy stuff to talk about here.
That roll
Again,
into
just
that 5th one is stupid. Hope you know
Say
that.
what?
The roll into the 5th flicky. It took me so long to figure out how to do that RTA.
It's because it sucks ass. It sucks ass. You have to line it up. Like you have to have Sonic slightly to the right of that line right there. He has to be slightly right. He has to be slightly to the right of this line, and you have to be on like impeccable pace to get ahead of the spike ball.
Yeah. Which spike balls are camera based.
Yeah, it's a screen set. It's a screen based cycle.
Okay. And
it'll always be the same starting.
TAS has more speed here, so you can be more left to the line. RTA, I have to go like pretty much all the way to the right of the line.
I mean, we're at normal speed cap going over here.
I take a different angle though. I just go straight, so it's that might be why it takes me longer to get there or something. Like it comes on screen sooner.
We bounce off this enemy, and then do a quick slope hop here just to get back to speed cap faster. And by the time we're over here, we're already at speed cap. But we got to go far enough right to get away from that spike ball, otherwise it will hit you every time, and it's just a pain in the ass. It just sucks.
That spin is just sick. Being able to collect the flickies on the spin out like that.
So I really wish I'd have known this earlier, and I didn't. And if I go back and redo Green Grove 1, I hope I can utilize this more. Knight, I did see you start doing this as well, but this little pond right here is a slope, and it's fucking wonderful. The amount of speed you can get off of just jumping into it.
Yeah.
Like we're oscillating at 77 to 79, which is normal jumping speed cap, but when we jump off of this, 108 speed.
Wow. I didn't realize how much speed it gave you, because like it's hard to tell when you're going down.
You can't really tell nearly as much, but like it's a bump in speed. But it does decelerate very rapidly, but still that very, very brief speed bump is really fucking gorgeous.
I can normally always tell based on how far I slide right here, because I'll turn right there to line up on that black line from the wall, and like where I am there, it's like if I got it or not.
One thing to consider about rolling is rolling preserves whatever your current speed is for a few frames. So I'm beyond speed cap right now when I land. So I'm already holding, if you look right here on the TAS, I'm already holding the roll button. So my speed's going to stay at 82 for a little bit instead of dropping back down to 77 to 79.
Okay. And then you want to obviously just jump out of that then?
Yep. And then you jump out of it once it starts getting too low. Or, well, you're going to jump out of it before it gets too low because you're going to turn this corner. And it'll be way slower if you don't jump out of it. So yeah,
that
jump
holds
out
it for a good bit too, like 10 frames.
Yeah. So you want to do the shortest hop possible off of this, and then like go into a roll for a little bit, and it will probably preserve a good amount of your speed.
Shit. Well, guess what I'm doing now.
This is also dumb, and I can't even replicate this in the TAS anymore. I don't know how I managed to pull this off, but I can't replicate this wall bounce. Every time I try to, Sonic just rides against the wall. But that corner wall bounce is sexy.
It is.
And then, of course, the stupid cycle.
Okay, I have a question there. Yeah, when you're jumping from the pond, are you jumping from the slope on the pond?
Off of this flicky here?
Yeah.
It's just a spin dash. It's not a jump. Oh. The pond's the angle of those slopes is just not good for a speed cap. So I just go for a spin dash because wait, no, I did jump. Oh, I jumped to go up the hill faster. But your speed will decrease significantly faster. Yeah, see, I didn't jump until around here.
Okay.
Your speed will decrease significantly faster in the air than on the ground, but rolling uphill is also just really bad.
Yeah.
And I also did it partially so I could line up this jump here, which is really good because I just jumped from 78 to 93, which is probably the only reason I made it to this worm on time.
100%. That's like at least last possible 3 frames.
Yeah. And then, of course, this thing right here is a slope, so instant speed cap right there.
That's beautiful.
And then we're going to see another speed cap right there. This section could probably be faster.
Yeah, why do you go to the left side of the mine? Is it just to like preserve speed cap?
Yeah, it gives me a little further in. Let's see, what enemy was that? Enemy. Yeah. So I hold speed cap. I'm already in speed cap right here, starting on this frame. So as soon as I change directions, I will lose speed cap. So I go as far as I can before changing directions, just so I have a little more distance. And then, of course, the mine is just a pain in the ass. This angle I found is the best angle to run straight without having to curve around the mine. Like if I run straight, I won't have to change directions with Sonic, and the mine just won't hit him or any of the flickies along the way. As opposed to if you're on this side, the mine will hit you guaranteed.
Oh.
Because the sprites just have to overlap with Sonic's sprite to hit him.
Yeah.
So if you're running on this side, they don't hit his sprite nearly as easily, so you can just run straight through better.
Makes sense.
And then the worm. Oh my god, this is my favorite worm in the whole level. That other worm cycle was nothing. This is the worm cycle I was always gunning for.
Oh.
Also, this right here is a slope jump. You don't really take note of it in the TAS because it happens so fast, but this is a speed cap slope jump right there.
Yeah. When I was watching the TAS to figure out how to get the 106, and I was just like, I'm not doing this. I'm not unless I know I can get the 106 without it. I'm not doing this. This is dumb.
It is dumb. If the purple flicky would line up better there, I'm pretty sure I could do a speed cap spin dash off of that last wormhole too. All right. Everyone knows how to do Green Grove 3, right?
No.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, fine, Dust.
You get a 23 in this, or?
Do you hit him 3 times on one cycle?
No.
That'd be crazy.
I wish. I really do wish. Honestly, I've tried for so long too.
I'm gonna say it'd be close with those slope jumps. Like if you can get like,
because like if you look at this, like it looks like I could pull it off, right? Because look at his rate. Like look at his ascent. Like it looks like I might be able to get enough height off that jump, but I can't. I've tried so many times.
I spent like 2 hours.
And his invulnerability frames wear off right here. This is the last frame of like that's where his invulnerability frame wears off.
Okay.
So by the time he's that high, it is too late for Sonic to jump that high.
Yeah.
So no, it's max 2 hits.
I can dream, can I? Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Bounce. Oh god, I love wall bounces. By the way, I use them so much.
Yeah,
like any chance I get.
And it looks so clean.
Wait, do you get speed cap at the start there?
At the start of the stage?
Yeah.
You mean right here?
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering.
Every time. Oh, Amber just noticed.
Because when I was routing this one out recently, I found you can just walk on the inside of the spike balls, but it's pretty tight. Like you can hit the one that's rotating out of your way. So I assume if you're getting speed cap, you can't do that. Because I feel like it's faster than hitting the wall, but maybe that's just placebo.
Let's see if Amber's going to drop in or not. They're tight.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Oh, yep, Amber's going to drop in. We might start over for Amber's sake, even though Amber was part of the actual tasking process. Anywho, I'm sorry I was distracted talking to Amber. What was it you were talking about just now?
Nothing, just rambling about how I walk around the corner here. RTA.
Yeah, because RTA strats are definitely not going to be the same. Like,
I was just wondering if it's like possible to incorporate the spin dash.
Spin dash? It only really works because I preserve as much momentum as possible.
Yeah.
Like you see, I'm already back at like running and jumping speed cap upon turning that corner.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, Goodnight wants to incorporate as many spin dashes as possible, and I still just about refuse. I think she talked me into what was the spin dash you got me to do? VV2.
Yeah,
that's like the only spin dash that I'm like doing outside of the first one.
I'm going for
oh my god, I'm not looking forward to that. I have to redo VV2.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because the blue flicky strat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so mad at myself for not thinking about that.
That's VV1.
Oh, it's VV1? Okay. Still, I'm annoyed. I'm very annoyed with that.
Which blue flicky in VV1?
Lexi strat with you hit the wasp.
Yeah. Going across the
lava
pit. Yeah. I still don't even do that. I can't get the jump from the one flick.
Yeah, but in a TAS setting, there's no excuse not to if it's.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah.
I have to go back and redo it, just because there's no excuse not to.
Yeah.
We're just taking over your TAS and manipulating it to RTA.
That's the point, right?
Yeah.
The whole point is to make it the best it can be.
Yeah. Well, we're just bringing you back to 3D Blast. That's the thing.
we're getting you trapped here.
Do that to me.
You'll never be able to leave.
You know, the only reason I noticed half the talk going on is because of the tournament coming up, and I wanted to be a part of this tournament, like so bad. Like not as a player, obviously. I can't stand this fucking game. You think I'm joking? I genuinely cannot stand playing this game.
I know. I've heard you talk enough about it. Yeah.
I hate this game in RTA. But it's such an easy game to learn how to TAS on too. Like picking up TASing, this game is so easy to start with.
Okay.
Especially once you got everything. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I haven't actually gone over the RAM addresses. So let me actually talk about those real quick. Sneakers and invincibility are timers. So when I pick up the sneakers or the invincibility, these timers will turn on and they'll count down back to 0. That's how I know how much time I have with those upgrades.
Cool.
Floor height is what it sounds like. It's the elevation of the floor that is directly underneath Sonic. Y coordinate is Sonic's Y coordinate, and I put that right next to floor height because if Sonic is standing on the floor, they will be the same number every time. This tells me how high off the ground I am compared to the floor. Y coordinate is actually irrelevant. I only have it for reasons because it was like right next to the Y coordinate in the stuff. Facing is which direction he's facing. It's numbered 1 through 8, I believe.
Okay.
It's not super useful, but it helps when I'm doing like spin dashes while trying to turn Sonic around. It helps me gauge all that. The speed is obvious. It is Sonic's current speed. Spin rev is the countdown timer. This is how I know when to start revving a spin dash. So if we go here, you'll see that it's at 0. I'm holding the spin dash button until this frame where the spin dash rev turns to 15. And on that same frame, you'll notice I start with the jump input so I can immediately advance the jumps. Spin charge, I've already explained this to you, good night, is exactly what it also sounds like. It's the frames dictating how fast I'm charging the spin dash. Once it hits 0, that tells me that I'm at the maximum possible spin dash, so I can let go of the rev. These 3 are irrelevant as fuck, but they basically just tell you what speed Sonic is going in any particular direction on the coordinate map. So he's got a speed ranking of 7 on the X coordinate once I launch the spin dash. Flickies are how many flickies are currently flagged to follow Sonic. This is very, very good for TASing because it lets you know the instant you have a flicky, even if there's no visual cue saying you do yet. IGT is the frame counter, and you'll notice at the start of any level, it starts on 2, not 0, because this little bit of dead space right here in the green that you see my house hovering over, it starts at 0 but moves to 2, but you cannot actually control Sonic in this time. So you get 2 frames counting against you before you can even start playing the game. So that's a pain in the ass, which means you're always 2 frames over what you should be. So if you're like 1 frame over the next second threshold, blame the game for giving you 2 IGT frames against you before you even start playing. And then the Eggman hit is just his own invulnerability frames. It shows me how long he's invulnerable for. Anywho, I don't know how long I've got y'all for, so I guess I should get back to it.
No worries. I don't know how long I'll be up either.
You've got me.
I don't got work
3 hours.
Which is nice, but
oh, this shouldn't take 3 hours.
Well, you don't know that.
I mean, I'll stay. I'll stay and talk. Don't get me wrong. If you want this to be 3+ hours, we can make this 3+ hours. I have 0 problems with that.
Eventually, I'll run out of questions.
Also, I absolutely don't recommend doing spin dashes at every checkpoint like that. It's not a good RTA strat. Don't do it. You will waste time.
It's
overshoot the hole. It's just bad.
I actually find it more consistent than walking into the hole, but maybe that's just because I've done it so much.
Oh my god, do you see how fucking awful this is? I walk off this ledge. Why? Why don't I spin dash off this ledge? This is peasant. This is such a peasant's way of moving.
Like you're just gonna have like a notepad.
I should have spin dashed off this ledge. I could have hit speed cap and got to the next flicky faster. This is how... I need to improve this shit. This is fucking trash. How dare. You'll also notice that over here, along this stretch over here, I never roll. I just do hops, which is a faster oscillating speed. But let's see. Hold on. Right there. If instead of jumping, instead of queuing my input, I could have preserved the 79 speed with a roll.
For that, 10 frames, right? Was that what you're
Something
saying?
like that, yeah.
Okay.
Which would have been faster than just hopping over and over again.
Yeah.
That's why I need to redo the task. Also, clearly, rolling to maintain higher oscillating speed, not at all RTA viable.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can't do it no matter what you try. You cannot consistently do it. Just because you'd have to see the game's code, which is probably against the rules. And you'd have to be able to act in a frame-perfect manner upon seeing the game's code.
Okay.
I'll just have a game genie that predicts it for me, and I just...
Sure, you could try
Cheat.
that. Just cheat.
Yeah.
If I see you rolling in your runs and it turns out to be very good, I'm just going to assume you cheated.
Yeah, it's
Invalidated.
spliced.
Yeah,
there's literally no reason in an RTA setting to ever roll unless you're doing it to bounce off of a wall, or as we discussed earlier with the pawn jump. Where was it? Green Grove 2,
Yeah.
Flicky.
Yeah, the
6. Like if you know you're going to land while you're still on a boosted speed, then yes, queuing a roll is good in that scenario. So if you ever hit speed cap, don't do it. But if you ever hit like a good slope jump, maybe if it's a short enough hop and you're going to reach the ground sooner, then yeah, maybe queue a roll for a little bit.
Or did you land
up
on
here?
The B before the slope.
Oh, the B. Not anything but the B's. That's what, Flicky 6, yeah? What did I just do? Can I please go back to this? Okay. I jumped into it, clearly.
Damn.
Oh, no, I didn't. I actually rolled into it. And then jumped to grab the Flicky. Instead of charging a spin dash like a damn plebeian. I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at myself over this. I have to redo this task. This task is old and out of date. It's not good. Obviously, slope jumps, and then slope jumps. I probably could have slope jumped off this slope up here just to get over here a little quicker, but meh. Also, what is this thing here for? This little green orb that's supposed to bounce you around. Have you ever been bounced by that? Like ever?
Nope.
Is it even supposed to bounce you?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How do you know?
Doesn't
Because
try
all
to.
the other ones do.
Really?
Well, I've had some other ones like give me the same.
But
effects.
it makes the bumper sound that classically is associated with bouncing Sonic around, and it makes no sense for them to put something on the ground like it's an obstacle if it's not going to bounce him.
True.
But yeah, you can just run right over it for some reason. And it does all the things you would expect the bumper to do other than bump Sonic. It makes no sense.
Oh, I see.
I always feel
I love
so
this
conflicted
right
watching
here.
that.
You love what?
The spin dash on that Flicky.
Even with the TAS, I don't know if stopping, like coming to a complete stop, is the right answer there.
No, for
Just to do a
RTA,
spin
definitely
dash?
not.
Yeah, RTA, absolutely not. I'm not sure about the TAS though.
Yeah, I question it,
What, the
but
dead stop right here?
No. The when you spin dash into the other B into the alligator, like you come to a stop.
What was the third one? Yeah.
Yeah, like right after this Flicky here, when you like slow yourself to a stop just to do that. I'm not convinced that's
The initial goal was to not bounce off of the second enemy at the end of the line. The initial goal was to try and roll into it so I could maintain all of the momentum to bounce off the wall and come back.
Yeah.
Up. But since you bounce off the wall, or since you bounce off the enemy, you can't bounce off the wall. And I never really considered going back and just undoing the spin dash from there.
Yeah, no,
Again,
that's totally fine.
This task needs to be redone from the ground up.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
How you doing, Amber?
I'm doing all right, kid. How about yourself?
I'm alive.
I hear you.
I was Amber, it's a little early for you to be up right now, isn't it?
I've switched to like this stupid daywalker schedule, which is
did you?
really it's fine for like Speed Seasons 3 when I host it because I host that at 1 p.m. But like I host NBS at 10 p.m.
Gotcha.
And I usually host it on like either very little sleep or having been up all day.
Okay.
Also, I'm pretty positive this is the optimal way to cover this hill.
Yeah, I can't think of any other way.
Short hop into the second bumper.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah, that was the jump across.
Oh, I did that just to swag on Amber.
I feel like I remember that. I don't even remember.
Amber already knows that.
Like, there were a few different things that you did just to swag on me and Michael.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So if you jump across all the way,
platforming in this game sucks ass. So every opportunity I get to platform, I platform, just because it's so bad, and it doesn't lose any speed to do it. So yeah, I deliberately don't skip this platform. I jump on it just because I can.
Really, it doesn't lose. You actually gains. Wait, it's like. Wait a second. It's faster to just jump on it.
No,
it's not an
it's
RTA, not at all. It's impossible to land on.
Yeah, I wouldn't even try to get that.
It's the same speed in the TAS setting. It doesn't actually change the speed, whether or not you land on that platform. I do it just for style.
Now, it almost feels like, though, you're able to easily cut around the corner, though, if you jump off of that. Because I always have a hard time when I jump straight across that I kind of like run into the wall, or Sonic slows down because I got to cut that
Well,
spot.
that's also partly because, like, you don't have the benefit of, like, being able to rewind every 2 frames to make sure you have the perfect angle.
Yeah.
Trust me, most of this stuff is rough. I had to do a lot of rewinding and correcting at every opportunity.
But on the bright side, like, for all it's worth, like, this was your first TAS, and second off, it was the only finished TAS of, like, no, this is the second finished TAS of 3D Blast.
Yeah, second finished TAS.
Yeah.
I forgot there was one other that was just also not very good.
So is it
no. This is technically the second one that's been accepted.
Oh, wait, no, you're 100% right.
100% came first.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know, but I mean, like, when I say second finished TAS, I meant of any percent.
Yeah, the other any percent TAS sucked.
Yeah, because that was what's his face of pigs.
Yeah,
War of Pigs or something like that. I don't remember his name, but or the TASer's name, but that TAS was not very good. Gotcha. This TAS was definitely like much better. Master of Pigs, I think. It was something of pigs.
Yeah, because I always abbreviated it to MOP. I always called it the MOP TAS.
You're right. Yeah, it's Master of Pigs.
Boom. Spin dash setup. Beautiful. I love it.
I remember trying to like make that work in RTA for me. It's not like obviously it's not any faster, but like I was getting tired of missing the boss.
The beautiful thing about that boss is you have all the time in the world to set up the first hit if you know what you're doing. So it doesn't matter which setup you prefer. You can go with any of them because the faster you get up there, the more you have to wait.
Yeah.
On Ruin 2, do you know how much faster if it is to do the spin strat you did where like you come from the area where the fourth or the second to last flicky is and you go down over the spike ball instead of going up the slope?
Using top or bottom fans, you mean? Or like spinners or whatever?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like for a while, and I still do this RTA, I still do the top route. It is not safe, but it's what I prefer.
We talking over here where you go over the swinging like spike ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's not safe because you can't see the spike ball.
Yeah,
you have no idea how many times I had to rewrite this part right here because I just couldn't get around these spike balls. It was a pain in the ass, and I'm pretty sure they're on a global cycle. So
they're global.
They are. It's
for sure.
So there's just no winning on that sometimes.
Is it faster to actually go back and hit that spinner and rebuild up speed from there?
Versus the alternative of going all the way down the stairs and then coming back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're once you do that, you have a straight shot across.
Yeah.
Like the other way, you have to go all the way back down the stairs after grabbing a flicky and then going up the steep hill and then charging and then doing it. There's a lot more backtracking that way. Whereas doing it the top route, the backtracking is just walk a short stretch in one direction.
And if I recall, Kid, like the Sonic's spinning speed when he's like this can reach, if bouncing off walls, can reach higher than like either jump or running speed, right?
Yep, you can see right there. He's already passed the speed cap, the normal speed cap. Normal speed cap is 79. We're at 83 right now.
At least I was right when I said that. I remember saying that the bouncing off walls makes it faster.
Yeah.
It's not just
especially if you're going faster. The faster Sonic is going when he bounces off the wall, the more ridiculous it is. Oh, swag jump. Couldn't.
Oh yeah, I remember getting mad seeing that.
Couldn't resist. Couldn't resist.
I mean, generally in TASs, if it is not any slower to do swaggy stuff, it is generally advised to do swaggy stuff.
You have to swag it. If it's not slower to swag, you have to swag. You're obligated.
Yeah.
In a TAS setting.
What was that there? You saw how he was like running into the boss and he hit it? Like, what?
Yep.
How?
That is the unique
we don't
because this boss, it doesn't make sense. There's no way to make sense of it. For some reason, I guess they just assume that this boss can't possibly be hit unless you're jumping. So they programmed it to where anytime Sonic comes in contact with the core of that boss, it counts as a hitbox.
So that doesn't work on hits 1 or 2 though, even if he's settled in, right? Because last I checked, like
well, you can't hit him from the bottom without being at least elevated. So what it most likely is, if you go into like one of the earlier sections, is this entire part right here is a hitbox.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, let's say you're on your first hit, but he's already locked in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't hit the boss at all, and the hand is all the way back. Like, let's just say you jump on the hand like a casual player would. Can you walk into the boss still? Because I've noticed that, like, you can't walk into the boss on hits 3, or sorry. Yeah, you can't walk into the boss on hit 3. You can only do so on 4 and 5.
I think it's a matter of, like, him getting all the way down. Let's see. Because he's still descending.
Definitely
and
still descending there.
The first hit that he settled in is the first hit that is the hit you see me walk into him.
Wait, so are a bunch of are a bunch of boss stuff like are they a bit different per boss, like when it comes to like the certain mechanics of it? Because like that's the only boss where you can walk into it, like
yes, but that's also the only boss where the core of the mobile it's not an actual threat. It's not part of the threat. It was most likely just an oversight from the developers.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to Spring Stadium start. Let me know if you have any questions.
Will this be on the test?
Yes.
I'm joking.
Oh, I'm glad you are. I wasn't.
Well, just don't ask any questions about anything before the end of Rusty Ruin 2. Or no. Yeah, Rusty Ruin 2.
Nah, you were part of the consultation phase. You probably remember some of it.
I probably do.
That cycles TAS, right? Or not cycle, but like getting over the thing before it hits you, right?
Because
you have to get the slope jumps.
Yeah, because you have to slope jump from here. Let me play it back a little slower. So this is a blink and you'll miss it, but this is actually a spin dash over here.
Oh god.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't. I thought it was.
No, that's a jump.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a double slope. Yeah, double slope jump.
Yeah,
so I get a big speed
you jump
boost
off the very
first,
bottom of that.
And then you get the top of it.
What?
And then
and because of how steep the slope is, I can hit speed cap from that.
Yeah.
So I'm at speed cap. I actually, if you watch very closely, you'll see Sonic is actually starting to outrun the camera.
Yeah, I love that about speed cap. It's so good, outrunning the camera.
Now, I guess, would you even have to do the first slope jump to get that?
No, but it's faster. It's always faster.
Yeah.
Because you want to, because it's that or you start at a standstill. This first slope jump just helps get you moving quicker. Because I'm at a speed 44 and I'm immediately at normal speed cap.
Yeah,
like from 44 to 78, like off of that jump alone.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the second slope, since it's so steep, puts you at speed cap. And you just kind of start out running the camera. I just love this whole. Oh my god, this level is so fun because the gold shield is so dumb.
It's really dumb in a Tasser's hands.
Yeah, and we only use it as intended one time. And I'm so happy that this is actually super RTA viable because once we did that, like once we realized that jump was so easy to do, everyone started doing it in RTA, and it definitely helps.
So wait, are you using the gold shield to do like a bunch of quick spin dashes?
Yep.
Yeah, it stops Sonic's momentum immediately. So he's able to start spin dashing because you can't spin dash unless you are at 0 speed.
Roughly.
You could be at like 6.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Or is it like when he's like barely taking a step? Because I recall everything.
Yeah, you do want to not have any directional input either. But if you have any directional input, then yeah, he'll start walking instead. But coming off of like, well, aerial wise, if you're storaging your spin dash input in the air, Sonic will go straight into it if he's at like a speed of 6 or lower.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Matter of fact, we could probably demonstrate that here, hopefully, if I did it right.
But with that, why didn't you grab the speed shoes there? How much slower would that be? I guess
speed shoes. How much slower would it be if I what?
If you got the speed shoes in the second area.
It would with the gold shield. It wouldn't matter at all.
Really?
Yeah, spin dash does not change speeds based on having speed shoes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So the gold shield spin dash
only
is
affects
faster.
Walking speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there do the speed shoes help you speedrun? Like,
yeah,
in
RTA,
we pick up. We pick up speed shoes like 4 or 5 times on the run or something like that.
Yeah, there's a few times where it's indisputably great to have. Panic Puppet 2, I believe, is an amazing example of just you absolutely should get speed shoes every time. It's just like the amount of time you spend to get it is nothing compared to the amount of time you save for having it.
I completely disagree, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know grab them there.
I can't speak for an RTA setting, but in a TAS setting, that's my experience.
No, I got you. I think Dagron gets speed shoes there.
Dagron, Void, and Jay all get them.
And I definitely don't. I've tried it a few times, and I feel like I can't ever get it clean, and then I'm just out of control.
I feel like you never spend enough time on the ground with them for it to be worth it. But
no.
I think Jay started getting consistently lower times in Panic Puppet 2 when he started picking up speed shoes.
Okay.
Keep in mind that jumping also is affected by your speed shoes. Your maximum speed while jumping is also boosted.
Yeah, I just mean like the PP2 section, like after you get speed shoes, it's like half teleporters.
I know there's a fair amount of running. But yeah, we use gold stomps to like force a lot more spin dashes, and the speed shoes don't benefit spin dashes at all. And since we can do the gold stomp spin dashes in like negative 500 frames, so we don't have to worry about speed shoes at all.
Gotcha.
And this is a speed caps segment right there.
Okay.
Getting
that's
that
why we did spin dash off the slope.
It's so hard.
Crispy. It's best
so
feeling
good.
ever.
Which one?
The very last slope jump.
Yeah.
Oh, the one, like 100% unnecessary when you're at speed cap.
Yeah, that one, love it to death. It's so good.
Yeah, that one is so good feeling.
It looks and feels great, but it's like if you're already at speed cap, it's useless. And now this one. I hate this part because I have to intentionally slow down because that you can't beat that pufferfish cycle.
Yeah, I die on it like every other run.
Slope jump. I do a lot of little slope jumps in this one. And then this bouncer, I love it. Yeah. Also, this right here. If someone can figure out how to pull this off in a RTA setting consistently, it will save you like at least a second.
After the tournament,
this jump here.
This jump is stupid good. And this is the longest stretch of speed cap in the entire run. Speed cap all the way. Just non-stop speed cap.
Holy moly.
It's so good.
So you ignore the gold shield here.
Yep.
Were you aware it was a thing in RTA yet, or
at the time was not? It wasn't being used a lot in runs yet, but it's also
Dagrin
not
was
super
the only one,
necessary.
and then everyone else picked it up after.
But one of the main reasons to get the gold shield is for the safety factor. It doesn't, which doesn't really apply to TAS, and gold stomp spin dashes don't really play as much of a role here because we don't need to cut the corners as much. Like, it would work right here, but I don't know if we would go for a spin dash with that small range between the curve and the pipe. Obviously, when you're bouncing off those and you're bouncing off springs, you can't do the gold stomp. So, like, a lot of it wouldn't really work all that much. And then right here, we're probably gonna spin speed cap all the way.
Oh, that's so
speed
good.
Cap all the way.
Yeah, I am a firm believer that gold shield is bad here, even RTA.
What did you say?
What?
Gold shield is not good in Act 2 RTA. Even for the safety, it's just not worth it.
I don't agree, but I can do the entire stage without gold shield because of best ending. Like, I never bother with it because what's the point? I'm gonna keep it for 5 seconds and lose it.
Yeah. But if you're doing best ending and you need the safety gold shield for the last stretch, you can always grab the second gold shield.
Actually, that reminds me, I don't get emeralds in Spring Stadium 2 typically.
Yeah, that's the reason I skipped it specifically to get the gold shield throughout it.
Yeah, I don't get. That's one of the reasons, because it's easier and it's easier to do that.
Did you run the Saturn version?
I've run the Saturn version. Rhodes has run the Saturn version.
I mean, because you said best inning, I'm like, why wouldn't you just run the Saturn version? I think that's the better special stages.
You can
because
run
it's significantly slower.
Yeah,
it is significantly slower.
It's like
There's
20 minutes of load time.
There's like 30-something loads in it, and like depending on your Saturn, like I have, out of everyone on the board, I have the slowest loading Saturn, and we don't know why.
I mean,
my loads lose 5 seconds to Rhodes, Zerogriff, and everyone else.
I mean, you could just run an emulator.
Saturn emulation is demanding, difficult, and not great. We wouldn't accept an emulator of Saturn. I'm gonna be real.
Well, I mean, there is another option, but it might be a bit pricey. There's like the GD. What is it? The mode
GD
or whatever? No, the mode. You know about that, right? You put in your Saturn. And
the
Dreamcast.
The optical drive emulators.
The GD-ROM drive emulator.
Those just shouldn't be allowed on leaderboards.
Yeah.
Why?
Like,
it's $300 on top of already having all the stuff for a thing that's mega game.
Price would not ban something from a leaderboard. Inaccuracy would.
Why can't we just do? Why can't you guys just do loadless? Like
Do you have a loadless timer that can automatically plug into a hardware?
Console?
I mean, couldn't you do it in post? I'm not sure how you guys do it. Like,
do you want to be a mod and
do you want to be a moderator
who
has to do that every single time? Trust me, I've spent a lot of time calculating the IGTs, and calculating loadless is similar. These moderators are volunteers and they don't get paid. We're not going to ask them to do any more work than they have to.
Yeah.
Because moderators do more work than what you see. They don't just manage leaderboards. Like, they have a lot of stuff. They have a lot of stuff that they have to discuss behind the scenes to other moderation staff in the community. There's a lot of inter-community mingling in the moderation as far as behind the scenes, like management and all that kind of stuff. They have a lot of work to do. I was a moderator very briefly, and yeah, the amount of work they do it's not something I'm going to add to their workload on. So no, I would
I've
never
entertained the idea of loadless. Like, I've absolutely thought about loadless for Saturn and also for the 1997 version of PC.
It was just a suggestion. It was just a suggestion. I mean, I don't know what that would. I didn't know exactly what that entailed.
Yeah, it's more work is what it entails, and
it's significantly more work in post. Like, you have to sit there and like frame count each load, and with something like Saturn, the loads are not consistent across users. So like, you'd have to, like, this is if for best sending, it's like an hour and a half ish. Like, let's pretend it's an hour and a half of like having to sift through that run and make sure you time every single load correctly, because if the loads aren't always 15 seconds, let's pretend they're 15 seconds, then like this one load might be 12, another load might be 14, and it's just like, if every load of every Saturn were like 15 seconds across the board, it would be less of a pain in the ass. You could use a spreadsheet to like count that.
Well, I mean, are you gonna? The thing about that is like, are you gonna be like gaining or losing time for just because of like your disk speed or whatever? Like,
Yes.
Yes.
Or for your optical disk drive, yes.
oh man, that now I see why people don't run Saturn.
Like
No,
before
There's a number of reasons.
other people ran the Saturn version, it was just Zergriff and like myself.
Yeah.
My Saturn loses on average about 5 seconds per load to Zergriff Saturn, even if I played better than Zergriff in every single level and special stage and boss. I could not beat his time RTA because my loads.
At that point, like MU feels like, I mean, if Saturn emulation got better, I feel like that would actually be the better option because like freaking, you're just rolling the dice at that point. Like
emulation for Saturn.
But the first few words of your
accurate.
the first few words of that statement ring heavily true. If Saturn emulation was good.
I mean, the thing is, I've managed to get like get some Saturn emulation working, but then again, I have a pretty powerful PC, so I don't know like. I don't know if it was just like, and even then I wasn't even doing a 3D game, so I don't know how that would go.
Well, getting it to run is one thing. Making it consistent to the hardware is another demon entirely. There are so many emulators for Sega Genesis because Sega Genesis isn't a tough thing to emulate, but most of those emulators aren't accurate in how they play the games, so they're not allowed on leaderboards. And that's a significantly easier console to emulate than the Saturn.
You know, I wonder if people use Mister for speedrunning.
I don't believe so.
Yeah. Oh, really? That seems like it would be a nice thing to use for speedrunning.
All right, so we're gonna get back to this because we've derailed pretty significantly. Oh, here's the one that I hate.
Best
and I love watching
boss.
it. I hated working on it, but I love watching it back now that I know I'll never have to touch this again. Because I'm pretty sure this is a frame perfect kill. Never want to play this again. Ever again.
It's like you ever bother to retest this, you just don't have to retest this.
Nope. I'll just copy and paste this. 17 seconds. Wonderful. Thank you, Lexi, for giving me a headache and taking my money. Oh, fun fact. This is the only natural occurrence of speed cap that I'm aware of. Right here. That slide puts you at speed cap.
Oh, so all the
hello?
auto scroller
Yeah, right
sections don't put you at speed cap?
Not all of them, nope.
Oh.
This one does, though.
Interesting.
Just the diamond dust slides, to the best of my knowledge. And I don't know why. But it automatically takes you out of speed cap before you regain control of Sonic, so you can't use it.
So it basically doesn't even matter.
Nope. That's exactly right. It does not matter. Ah, love that bounce.
Yeah, that bumper
That's
bounce is
clean.
sweet.
Also, you see me doing some rolls here because I'm preserving some of my speed with those rolls, because this is one of the levels where I actually was paying attention to that sort of stuff. Oh, fun fact. This shield you see up in the top left corner,
You lose it as soon as you become
get it.
iced.
Never get it. It is literally the worst item in the entire game.
Why?
Because up here you are mandatorily frozen. Like you cannot you have to be frozen right here, and the shield automatically is lost when you get frozen right here.
Yeah, as soon as you enter the frozen state, it goes away.
Maybe if you manage to frick up in a certain way where you hit the enemy before you do that, but
There's no enemy to hit.
There's an
this is a
exploding
scripted-
snowman mine.
yeah. So you have to frick up in exactly the right way for it to be useful.
Oh, you're talking about enemy like between. Yeah. I mean, sure, but even then, it's
for a speed run. Yeah, even if you take damage there,
you'll never need it in the speed run. It'll only waste your time.
Yeah, and you can enter sector
That's been
2 for investing with like as little as I think 7 rings and still be able to get 50 pretty okay.
Now, how RTA viable do you think that is? Doing the spin dash up the slope for getting a 2 jump.
It's not.
Okay.
Do you lose the spin dash speed, like because you're changing direction?
Yes, partially. That's what flicky was that? Oh, I don't have flickies on this one. Crap, I don't have. Now I got to scroll up. Where's this?
Yeah,
this is actually like spot on.
Yeah, this is okay.
All All right, let's see. Yeah, see, I get all the way to here before we're back at normal speed cap.
But you got close
the
enough
amount
to
of
the
ground,
edge.
but the amount of
you
ground we cover, it only takes like 1 or 2 jumps to make it to the top from here.
Yeah.
Boom.
So were you straight on line there for that?
I have no
though?
idea why I
Like,
spin dashed there. I shouldn't have spin dashed there. One more time, Rhodes.
I said, were you straight in line, like the way you set that up?
No, I had to curve it. I had to curve it
a little bit. Okay.
Yeah,
I figured as much because it's in there, but it looks like it's like very minimal. So
we can look at the exact inputs.
A little bit more.
Yep. Right here, you see me taking 3 frames worth of solid right, and that's to cut around this corner right here.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
But I managed to maintain most of the speed all the way up, so we can get all the way around. This spin dash right here is 100% stupid. I have no idea why I do it. That spin dash definitely is wasting time. I can fix that. I have to fix that. All right. Let's see. Anything else in this stage that's fun?
Do you go for the jump in this one?
Yeah, because it's TAS. We can't not.
I didn't know if you knew about it at that point yet.
I didn't initially. Lexi pointed it out to me, and then
But we can all thank the Pikmin 2 community for this, because I straight up stole this whole idea of community review stuff from them, because they do this like every Friday.
That's what speedruns are all about. We steal things from each other.
Exactly.
That's in the spirit of competition and funsies.
Like, regardless for like Kid, like just a reminder for a first task, this was like, well, even for a first task game, let me put it that way, because I know this is technically the second task you did. It's still incredibly impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah, it really is.
Like,
okay,
it's
so
not
I'm not gonna not replay that first section. By the way,
got to.
I love all of those bouncers. All those bouncers. If you can pull that off in RTA runs, it's helpful as hell. If you can get the angles right on those bounces, boom. Yeah, instant U-turn, and then instant speed boost. Let's see, what's the speed boost here? So we're at 35, 33, yeah, 35, 37, 38, instant speed cap right there. Well, not super speed cap, but like running speed cap.
Yeah.
From not even half speed to running speed cap.
And you bounce right off the wall. I wonder how precise that angle is into that.
When you hit a wall at a 45-degree angle, you take a 90-degree turn, so it's actually not too bad.
Okay.
But why don't
those
you
wall
just
bounces are probably easy.
Spin dash through the
spikes?
The monitor.
You maintain your speed better when you do a bounce than when you curve a spin dash, and I would have had to curve a spin dash. Let's get back up here. Because curving a spin dash will hit your momentum pretty hard.
Yeah.
So,
like
as you can see, I've already bounced off the wall twice by this point, and I'm still maintaining this speed.
Oh wow, that's a lot more speed than I thought it was. Every time you spin dash, I'm like, oh wow, that's a lot more speed than I think it is.
Okay, so it is possible to roll there. You just have to wait. Is that what that is? Almost, or is it the angle?
Oh my god, I forgot this happens.
Oh my god.
I do not understand why it does this, but I homing attack into this guy at
From
like
an
the
angle.
perfect angle to pop both the ice cube and then immediately just get the flicky. It's so dumb. I love it.
Well,
and I'm already doing a shield stomp so that I can spin dash while the other flickies that are flying up in the air can grab that one. Boom.
It's that thing where you get the landing hitbox. Like Sonic has like this weird hitbox like right as he lands where you can kill things and hit the floor. And you just like
I'm happy I did it by accident. Also, one of the weird oddities about this, hold on, did I do I could have sworn there was at some point in this level, and this might have been it. Yeah, this is the only time I've ever seen Sonic bounce off of a wall in the rolling animation while airborne.
So that's probably why you got that too, then, because you're in that.
Was it because you rolled off of the slope?
I'm pretty sure oh yeah, I mean, that could be it, yeah. Because that's not a jump.
Huh.
But like, that's so weird. It's still very weird because I don't recall ever seeing that anywhere else.
So basically, even if you're in the air, if you rolled off of something, you still bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially,
I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, because well, I mean, you did that in Rusty Run 3.
Oh yeah, you do. I didn't even think about that until just now.
Like I do that all the time, and that's
where you
that's
spin
totally
dash
how that
off
works.
hands and
Spin dash
stuff.
off the hands, yeah.
But if you jump into an invisible wall or any other wall, it will just stop Sonic.
I just love stomp spin dashes. Stomp spin dashes are the best.
That's so dirty.
know.
Fun fact: this enemy here is actually stupid.
Yeah, if the sprites overlap with the flickies,
He can pop your
it
flicky.
knocks them off.
Even
So
though
the
your
gold
coordinate is nowhere near him, if his sprite overlaps with one of your flickies here, he will hit your flicky, and then you have
But
to go and recollect them.
Even with a gold shield, it'll do that.
I don't know about the gold shield.
Without no,
I'm
no,
pretty
no.
sure-
Like when
Yeah,
they're
with it.
shielded, they're
Without it, yeah, I've had that happen
hackers.
before. Yeah.
But even then, you see me avoiding it. I'm clearly doing my best to avoid the sprite.
First the Sonic Free prototype, now this. We keep freaking rediscovering the drop dash.
When you
This is not the.
I'm
no.
joking. I'm joking.
when you homing attack, how does it determine what you hit? Like, do you have to be above something?
Not even. I've been next to a balloon, like down the street, and still hit a balloon in Spring Stadium.
I mean, there's the Spring Stadium one enemy that like we always use the homing attack on, the pufferfish, and you're not technically over it. You're like half, like a block away. You're like down the road from it, pretty much, and you homing attack it.
Because I was thinking, like, what if you were able to like jump and then like homing attack the rabbit? Like, that'd be stupid. And you just go up the wall.
You mean
I do believe your Y coordinate does need to be like at least
above it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Above or on the same. Yeah.
So one thing I did try here for a while, I knew it wasn't going to work, but I did definitely try it various like instances
Jumping
to try
off the thingy.
jump, get frozen, and then hit the bouncer spring to see if I could do anything with it, but it never worked.
I've only ever gotten soft locked when I land frozen on a spring.
Also, fun fact: this thing has no collision.
I am very mad that I found that out. I'm so upset that it has no collision.
Yep, that's the only reason I use the spring. It's because this thing has no collision, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Hate.
I was labbing it out like last week because I was like, what if we just gold shield stomp on the turret and jump up?
If only. If only.
But
all right, let's do some snowman bouncing. Shout outs to Void for actually doing this in RTA because Void's mad.
Jay does it in RTA as well, and I'm just like, why?
Because they're insane.
I know why, but still.
Because they're insane. That's why. Because they want to save 1 or 2 seconds. And it's maximum effort for so little reward.
Let me tell you right now, Jay's middle name is micro optimization. It's the main thing he's actually any good at finding or executing in terms of like things that haven't already been found in a speedrun is micro optimizations, like very tiny strats.
Tell him to do the TAS jump. I want to see it. I want to see it in RTA.
TAS jump?
Gene Gadget 2 kit.
I'll need to see it again. It's been a long time.
It's so good.
I thought you were talking about Spring 2 for a second.
Oh, another level I'm going to have to redo because new strats were found.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why I collect those stars when they're not necessary. Oh, lovely bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Bounce. Oh, that's probably why I collect it, because I do a lot of rolling in that section to preserve speed, and the stars let me do that.
The fact that you still had it up to that flicky is absurd.
Infuriating.
Yeah, it's infuriating. I would kill to be able to maintain it up to that point in RTA.
Bounce, bounce. Oh, so this is a very weird oddity. Hold on. So look at the Y coordinate and floor height.
What?
It's climbing with you.
Yeah. So another thing to consider is watch Sonic's Y coordinate. Look at that jump.
Oh yeah.
From 471 to 480.
Wow.
Because for some reason, if you're within like 8 units of the next platform's elevation, the game will just snap you to it. Which is the only reason the Panic Puppet 1 jump works. I think it's the only reason that the Spring Stadium 2 jump that in TAS works is because it'll just snap you there if you're close enough. You don't Sonic doesn't actually have to reach it.
Yeah.
As you can see, the
like
floor height here is
correction.
480. Yeah. So it just puts him at 480 automatically when he gets close enough, which is pretty funny.
That's insane.
I mean, it makes sense. A lot of games have, like features, that kind of make it a bit easier.
Spin dash, speed cap.
Whew.
I mean, you know about stuff like Coyote Time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of games have stuff like that.
I know this game doesn't have Coyote Time. I wish it did. I wish it did. It would make certain slope jumps not suck.
All right. Volcano 2.
But it does, but it does have corner correction.
You get speed cap at the start, right? It's so
at
hard
the start of the stage?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so hard to tell when you short hop because I'm so used to the full hop there, and it's a lot easier to see.
Well, if at any time you want me to go back and rewind, or like if you ever want to examine the speed value of anything I do, by all means let me know, because I can play it slower, like this, or even frame by frame it if you want.
Ooh.
Clean jump. What?
They scare me. The elevator jumps.
The elevator jumps make me salty.
Yeah.
Because, like, just when I think I'm getting them, I'm not. It's like, oh yeah, I'm totally far enough back. You? Ooh, interesting.
What?
Angle.
Can you play that spin dash again?
Yep. I wish I'd finished marking all these flickies because it would make this easier. Like, I got all the way through Spring Stadium marking each flicky on here so that I could just rewind to very specific points within the stage. But now I have to guesstimate.
Yeah, this is fine.
This part right here?
Yeah.
All right, so we're at speed cap right here.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a spin dash into a bounce into a slope jump.
Yup. And we don't break speed cap until we have to make an adjustment to reach the elevator. But we run straight into the elevator before jumping, so that way we don't over jump the elevator. And we can do a very tiny short hop to get on the elevator faster instead of waiting for Sonic to fall for a longer time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. My favorite stuff. Ready? Bounce, turret, spin dash.
Oh my god.
I hate you so much every time I see that.
Stupid.
I love it. I love it. Such a source of grief, and I just grief the grief.
Oh my goodness.
Wait. Can you wind back those last two flickies?
Last two flickies?
Yeah.
All right.
I was waiting for Morgan. I was about to be like, all right, let's see how I do this now.
That would probably be right here.
Yeah, that looks right.
God, that's so smart. Why don't I do that? That's so easy.
I know Jay and I go for the mouse first to manipulate the turret.
Yeah, I do too.
That's what I do too, but I've gotten so used to doing the spin cancels into enemies now that just seems so much easier.
Who needs shields? Do not ever, in an RTA setting, do not ever try and spin dash on these panels. For the love of God, don't do it.
I could never
Please
imagine.
don't. Please don't. I only do this for the swag, but it also just works.
Oh, wow. It'd be interesting to get that first.
Double slope jump.
Yeah, getting that you can beat that blowfish cycle on the left coming from the right side, but you don't want to. You don't want to do that.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I've done it. I've seen Argic do it.
Shit.
It's extremely tight. I think it involves like the slope jumps off of like the side of those panels, but the electric tiles, I mean, but it is significantly better to just go to the left first, because then you can beat the blowfish cycle and just work from left to right.
And you have more of a straight shot.
Yeah.
Going from the right than going from the left to the end.
So you can jump off that. How close to the edge you have to be to jump off that?
Jump off what?
The platform to the goal ring?
Slope, yeah.
Yeah.
The sloped corner.
Because if you jump too soon, you go through the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. The jump input is right there.
Slightly down past the edge. Okay.
That's the jump input right there. Which is the main reason I have Y speed, because it shows your vertical movement. That's the only reason I know that that's where the jump was. Or that's where the jump was initiated in the game.
It looks like the jump initiated,
The button was pressed 1 frame sooner. But yeah, the jump actually takes part. So this is the frame that the button was pressed. And it's only, 7 frames worth of holding jump to hit the goal ring there? And it was a curved jump too.
Yeah, I've gotten that jump maybe once in my life.
Yeah,
in an IL.
I do a little short hop to land lower on the slope and then jump.
Yeah.
You mean a short hop from the transport?
Yeah, like you line up, do a jump, and then jump on the slope.
So the reason we don't do that in the TAS specifically is because, and you already know this because you've read the stuff. I know you have because you've referenced it, but you actually accelerate slower.
Yep. Yeah.
When you're in the air, so we go for the run instead to accelerate faster because save a few frames.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Turret. Got it. Catch it. Move on.
I love the turrets.
They're called bubble guns, and it makes me mad.
I call them turrets. I don't care what they say.
They are turrets.
Why?
Oh, that's why Void does that. Okay. Jay and I were trying to figure out why the fuck Void would go from middle left to top right and then go down to bottom right.
It's faster when done optimally. It's faster.
Yeah, but like Void just like jumps back up, and I'm just like, why? Like, I would never want to do that in RTA. And like Jay and I were comparing one of his PBs that beat the record a little while ago, like comparing it level by level, side by side, and Jay doing it the way everyone else does in RTA. It's faster than Void's attempt of doing that.
Yeah, with perfect execution, because you get the slope speed when you jump down this way, so you get there faster.
Right.
And of course, in a TAS setting, I can roll into the wall to bounce back. And, TAS doesn't have to worry about falling off. In an RTA setting, clearly, you do not want to fall down here because you lose all of the time.
That'd be so hard at the end of a run. You're trying to do that.
Oh, what was that? Another turret spin dash for swag? I love how clean this movement right here is. You just cut the corner perfectly.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then slope jump, and then jump clean, hit the enemy, jump off. All right, this is the TAS jump, Amber.
Okay. Oh, that's stupid shit. Okay.
All right.
I want to see that done in RTA.
Send a clip of that to Jay and be like, hey, try to do this. He'll either tell you to go fuck yourself or he'll try it. It's probably something that he would be like, yeah, I wouldn't do that in a full run, but I'd try for an IL.
100% only in ILs. I would never recommend that in a full run unless you somehow get consistent with it. which I don't think is going to happen. I don't think there's ever going to be a consistent setup for it.
I mean, yeah, it's what a 2-frame A input and like a.
Oh, it's frame perfect based on the angle you go in on it too.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Because I did a 2-charge spin dash, rolled off the slope, and then jumped at a lower portion of the slope. So it depends entirely on where you are on the slope when you do your jump. So yeah, not only do you have to be frame perfect on your input, you have to eyeball it too.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
If you're gonna run Best Ending, why don't you just run the Saturn version?
Let's not talk about that. Sonic exerting his dominance here.
Look, man, if I could have a Saturn that was absolutely loadless, I would never run the Genesis version again.
If loadless Saturn exists,
no, yeah, I actually don't think I would either. I really don't think I would either.
Because I'll openly say Best Ending is the most interesting category on Saturn.
Yeah.
It's the most interesting category, period, across all versions. But yeah.
Beam.
I beat the game on Saturn just terrible because
Alright, so this is probably the least optimal portion of the task because I think I did this as like a once over.
No, I would still do beat the game on Genesis because I prefer the soundtrack overall, but Best Ending absolutely on Saturn. Yo, fuck that weave between those mines.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Fuck you.
Oh, come on, you know you love it.
I can kind of do it on the right side inconsistently, but from the left side, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
At that angle? Ooh.
Why don't you just do a normal jump there?
What, from the tube?
Yeah.
Because spin dashes are fast?
Yeah, but I feel like it just kind of fucks up your angle going around.
You can't normal jump and hit that at that speed.
Yeah, you can. I've done it.
Can you?
Yeah. Yeah, you can get a slight slope jump off the tube for some reason, and it puts you up there.
I did not know this tubes had slopes. Thank you.
They don't really, but it's like it for some reason gives me more
speed. Oh my
speed.
God, they do. How did I not notice that's a speed cap? Yeah. I never noticed that.
They're just kind of barely slopes.
I never noticed that.
It's
no,
like it's like the stupid wormholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that have.
But like you can stand on them.
The real question isn't why don't I do a normal jump? The real question is why do I do such a sharp turn instead of bouncing off this wall, maintaining my speed, and then doing another slope jump right there with that maintained speed? Which would probably be fast enough for me to full speed again, like to speed cap all the way over here.
True.
Oh, yeah.
That's the real question. Oh, see, that time I didn't get the slope or the full speed because I didn't know to look for it. God, I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
I mean, you also did this task in like a really short amount of time.
Well, especially at this end, because this is when the mental health issues like really kicked in full swing.
Yeah.
So by the time I reached Panic Puppet, I'm like, I just want this to be over.
Yeah.
Do you know how the early capsule breaks work?
Nope.
Okay. Figured I'd ask.
Define early capsule break.
You can just jump into them in the middle and they break sometimes.
Nope, didn't know that.
Yep. I don't know why. I cannot replicate it. It just happens sometimes.
It just happens
that
sometimes?
Already get stuck.
Yeah, Jay's been able to clip into the capsule. Like the very first flicky, he instead of trying to jump onto it, he walks into the tube and hopes to God that Sonic clips into it.
Also, what you're about to see is 100% Lexi's input. Like I programmed it into the task, but Lexi's the one that showed me the setup to get this jump.
I hate that Lexi has pulled this off RTA.
Well, Lexi has that exact setup was from Lexi.
Yeah, I know. It's just like ridiculous.
That first jump coming out is actually partly to set up Sonic's positioning and momentum. Like this jump that you're going to see right here.
You're holding the wall.
That's just to set up Sonic's position on the slope so that it lines up perfectly.
Yeah, like Lexi got that RTA. I think Jay's gotten it RTA, but I don't think I've seen him get it in a full run in a very long time. He goes for it, but I don't think he has a setup for it.
Yeah, I just hope that it works. I'm just like, let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's like usually my approach is pray to God it works.
All right, so
okay,
maintaining
God,
speed.
How did you not get hit by that mine?
Maintaining speed. And then we don't spend too much time on that conveyor, and we're also getting the speed boost or the slope jump off of that with speed shoes, which gets us further in. So like the speed shoes are doing work here. And as you can see, I still have like 6 seconds worth of speed shoes by the time we're at this point. Like by the time we see Eggman's face. But that's like...
Yeah, you lose them right around... In RTA,
right
you
here.
lose them right around that corner.
We lost them right here in the RTA. I love the spin
And then
dash.
in TAS, like, you lose them here.
I like that spin dash.
A spin dash is cool. I've never been able to make it consistent for me.
Oh, what was that? A turret jump?
I was even more impressed by the wall jump off that thing. I wasn't expecting that.
That section looks sloppy as shit. And there's really not much left to see in Panic Puppet. Panic Puppet 3's the first phase looks kind of cool at first, but after that, you can't really speed up what's already being done in RTA. But this part right here looks pretty cool.
Yeah, the first phase is like all that really matters.
That is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. How much time does that save there, you think?
Oh.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
Like, you're just toying with them there.
Yeah, but from here on, it's just what you see in RTA, because there's no way to speed this up. This can't be done any faster.
Yeah. I want to figure out how to get mirror mode working on stupid RetroArch.
Why do you hate yourself?
Turn your monitor inside out.
And then, of course, most of us already know about the whole you can do this entire phase on the right side at the cost of 4 seconds.
God,
that still blows my mind.
Yeah, it's like 1 second per phase that you do wrong on this side.
Wow.
For some reason, it delays his vulnerability by like a full second each time you go to the... Every time you do the left hit on the right side, it delays the next one by like a full second.
For some reason, I remember it being like frames, but 4 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, I always remember that being said.
Yeah, we couldn't remember how many frames, so we always said it like it's something like some amount of frames, but like I forgot it was 4 full seconds.
Yeah.
Because Jay and I often just do this to show off in 2P1C, where I just let go of the controller.
I think I might actually have a side-by-side unlisted on my YouTube. Let me see. I have to sift through a fuck ton of videos, though. Let's see.
No.
Is this it?
Where is Genesis? Sonic 3D Blast. Run. And then...
I thought I had a side-by-side comparison.
How do I do this? I don't remember how to do this. This is loud as shit. This shit is loud. This fucking thing is loud as shit. No, that's muting Discord.
Why are you muting us?
Because I'm using the wrong thing.
Free Discord.
I'm trying to remember how to use RetroArch. Menu toggle. Here we go.
Maybe
video layout. No. Overrides. I think it's accomplished via a shader. I have this like saved.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's definitely All right, so going into, y'all can see this, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Going into section 3, one side of the screen is going to be ahead of the other, but one side is going to do extra hits on the right side, and it's going to fall behind as a result. Oh, we're in the flamethrower phase. So you see this side's already ahead right now by just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to go straight to the right side. Oh, wait, no, not yet. It's going to do like one hit on the left side. You see it's still barely ahead, and now it's going to stay on the right side for a little bit. Now watch how much longer it takes for this hit to go off again.
Wow.
Yeah. And that happens every time you do the wrong hit over here. So
I wonder why that is. Strange.
Yeah.
Well, probably because the game sees something was done wrong, and it's like, huh, that's kind of weird. You know, what would be much cooler is if it forced a crash.
Yeah, it said you do that menu.
You lose time because you're already in the final split.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping I can find a way to force a true any percent.
Oh, image adjustment. Image adjustment.
Like force the level select without like bumping the cart?
Without cartridge tilting and without save states, yeah. If you can find some way in the game to force a crash, it will automatically go to the level select. And it will. And that would be a true any percent category because you just have to get to that game crash as fast as possible. So like in a couple free and finish the game.
Maybe we just need to put a bunch of snowmen together. Just run into them all.
All right, questions, comments, concerns. Anything you want me to revisit? Anything you might have had questions about or you just want to see again? What's up? I've got all the time in the world.
Oh yeah, you're not working tomorrow.
I'm not working tomorrow.
It's making me want to go play right now. But at the same time, I'm like,
It is pretty late for you, Rhodes.
Yeah. Well, I don't have work tomorrow either. I took the day off for different like. As weird as it sounds, I'm working at this school, but I still coach baseball at a different school. So I took time off at the school I work and teach at, so I can go make a game at the other school. And then that game's probably gonna get canceled because of the rain. So I'm just like, all right, I get to sleep in and then not leave the house tomorrow. So that's why I'm up so late right now.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, otherwise I would have came in and said, hey, what's up? All right, I'm out.
I figured out mirror mode in RetroArch.
I'm telling you, that's gotta be a new category in itself right there.
I tried to do that, but like I didn't know how else to do it other than the Steam version, but it really fucks with the resolution of the special stages. Like it cuts off the entire right side of the special stages, and I'm like, I don't know how many rings I have. I can't see a part of the screen. And that on top of the fact that like the Switch and Steam versions, like when you have the full room loaded and everything, because you can't do light launcher for mirror mode at all. It introduces so much input.
Are you getting another clip there?
Yep.
But you're nowhere near the floor.
Doesn't matter. The game says close enough. I jumped from 247 Y coordinate to 256 Y coordinate right here on this frame.
Yeah, but how? Like,
because the game says you can.
But the floor is like a half a Sonic in front of you.
The unit of measurement, that's one Sonic away.
Who knows? Maybe the fan picks it. Maybe the fan just realizes Sonic's close enough and it just starts picking him up. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. If like the
On this exact frame is when Sonic is considered high enough to reach the next one, even though he's not anywhere near close enough here. It's just for some reason it picks him up, which is why this jump is such a pain in the ass, because this is a pixel perfect height jump.
Genesis controller.
Which means you have to be able to jump off of this thing at the perfect height.
That's really annoying. My Genesis controller is missing.
Also worth noting, this thing is not considered a floor.
Makes sense.
Really?
Oh,
Yep.
thing?
You see the floor height is 184 units, and our current coordinate barely off the top of this thing is 202.
200. Okay.
In the mesh maps, it's just a slope, but you can't run up it because it has like a little tiny wall on the floor.